example, I take refuge unto awakening through the merit of practicing generosity and other parameters. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of beings. Sanje Jidan Sojen Jonan La Sanjo Barade Dane Jabzen Je Dage Jinso Jibe Sonan Je Drola Benzer Sanje Drobar Yu. May all mothers and children, limitless out space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be suffered from the happiness that is free from suffering. May they live in equanimity, free from any bias of attachment, aversion. May all mothers sentient beings, limitless out space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be suffered from the happiness that is free from suffering. May they live in equanimity, free from any bias of attachment or aversion. My Namga Dan Yambe Zemje Namje Deva Dan Deve Jadan Dembara Juro Dungara Dan Dungara Je Jadan Ravara Juro Dungara Mebe Deva Dan Rava Juro Nyeren Jadan Yedan Darwe Danyon La Nevara Juro Hostating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, beseeching, and supplicating. I dedicate whatever slight virtue I have gathered for the complete awakening of all. Om Zobawai Yedai Zarwai Dharma Sobawai Yedai. This means that all phenomena are primordially completely pure by nature. Within the state of meditating on this, I imagine that my consciousness emerges as a yellow palm syllable. From a light rays radiate and purify the disease and impairments of all beings in particular, as well as all the wrongdoings and obscurations. Thereafter the light rays returns and dissolve into the sea syllable, which fully transforms me instantly into the illusory as one. Panashavare, mother of Buddhas of the three towns. My body has a yellow color and I have three faces. My central face is yellow, the left face is white, and the right face is blue. I have six arms. My lower right hand holds the Vajra, the middle a better axe, and the upper an arrow. My lower left hand displays the threatening Buddha, holding a nose, the middle a bundle of branches, and the upper a bow. I am sitting on a white lotus in the midst of masses of fire. The palm syllable at my heart transforms into a lotus and moon, with a yellow palm syllable on top. From it, the light rays radiate and invite the wisdom beings from their natural abide. Saho Baho. We merge inseparably again like rays radiate from the sea syllable. At my heart, invite the five empowerment deities and their retinue. Om Benza Gala Zabara Pipeta de Zazoa. Om Benza Gala Sabara Vara Divam Rade Zazoa. Om Benza Gala Sapara Aloke Rade Zazoa. Om Benza Gala Sapara Vara Gende Rade Zazoa. Om Benza Gala Sabara Neve de Rade Zazoha. Om Sarva Tadan Gata Abheke Gadema. With this, the empowerment deities are requested to grant empowerment. Om Sarva Tadan Gata Abheke Gade Samaya Jireye Hom. Thus they bestow the empowerment with water from the well, which fills the body and purifies the defilement. The overflowing water transforms into among us city as crown ornament. the empowerment that is dissolved into me. Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Vare Argam Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Ading Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Vare Bibe Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Bana Sabare Vare Dibam Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Vare Aloge Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Vare Ngende Rade Om Be Yaze Bana Yavare Zavare Vare Nevede Rade Zazova Om Be Yaze Yavare Zavare Vare Yavare Page 6. Out of the mandala of Dharmakayas great bliss, you portrayed against the dangerous disease such as epidemics and against untimely death. I pay homage to you, mother of wishful healing activity. Golden color Panashavari, sitting on lotus seat. Your mean face is yellow, the right face is blue, and the left face white. Your hair is bound up in a top knot, and you are full of splendor. I pay homage to the divine body of the goddess, who grant accomplishment. Illustrious one, you are the embodiment of wisdom and compassion. You dwell in the midst of masses of fire, which is burning like the fire at the end of time. With your three faces and six arms, you look terrifying and wrathful. I pay homage to you, who has one leg outstretched and the other bent, wearing a robe of leaves, holding bow and arrow, a better axe, and a bundle of branches. Panashavari, you display the threatening Muda and hold of Vajra. I pay homage to you, great mother, protectress of beings. The crown of myself as Panashavari consists of the five victorious one. From the heart follow streams of milk and nectar, filling my body. Thus visualize in this way all wrongdoings and obscurations are purified. Focus on that and then recite as many times as you can. Om Bejaze Vane Shavare Sarvadaya Mane Hom. Om Bejaze Vane Shavare Sarvamare Daya Mane. Om Bejaze Vane Shavare Sarvamare Daya Mane Hom. Om Bejaze Vane Shavare Sarvamare Daya Mane. No me yade bane yavare zava mare raya mane. O be yade bane yavare zava mare raya mane. O be yade bane yavare zava mare raya mane. O be yade bane yavare zava mare raya mane. Om Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Raya Mane. Om Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Raya Mane. Om Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Raya Mane. Om Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Raya Mane. I visualize that the whole space of either a region or country is filled with the five Sungatas and the goddess. Panashavari from them, stream of nectar followed on, filled the bodies of the disease, the region or kingdom, and all disease and harms are pacified. Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Yamane Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Yamane Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Yamare Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Yamane Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Yamane Om Be Yaze Vane Yavare Zava Mare Yamane Om Be Yaze Yavare Zava Mare Rayamane Om Yazabane Yavare Zava Mare Rayamane Om Yazabane Yavare Zava Rayamane Om Yazabane Yavare Zava Mare Rayamane Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Agam Rade Zazo Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Vading Dade Zazo Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Bibi Dade Zazo Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Dibam Dade Zazo Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Aloge Dade Zazo Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Gene Dade Om Yazabane Yavare Zavare Vare Nevede Dade Zazo Om Yazabare Zavare Vare Yazadade Out of the mandala of Dharmakaya, great bliss, your protect against dangerous diseases such as epidemics and against untimely death. I pay homage to you, Mother of wishful feeling activity. Whatever I could not procure you, whatever was deteriorated, and whatever I did with a deluded mind or made others do, may you forgive all that. O Benza Zado Zamaya Mane Balaya Benza Zado Dinova Nida Dindo Meba Sudi Gayo Meba Wa Zubi Gayo Meba Wa Anirado Meba Wa Zarwai Zide Mendra Yanda Zarwai Garma Zizan Zidan Yeyan Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Banga Ven Zarwa Dada Gada Meza Mami Meza Benzarabam Samaya Zado. The great Vijayadhara, the true Lama, who is the essence of all Buddhas, granted auspiciousness of the goddess Panashavari to all beings of the three realms without exception and to myself. Glorious goddess Panashavari, you liberate all others and myself from the infliction of great harm, having taken refuge in you. Salam goddess, please protect us from all dangers. So now we go to the Buddha Shakyamuni Sadhana. It's in the Deity Yoga Sadhana, page 13. Unborn emptiness and the unceasing appearance of depending arising are the way of illusory unity. Before me in the sky, images, vast clouds of offerings on a jewel-lying throne, and the lotus sun and the moon the seat. The incomparable teacher lying over the chakras. His body the color of gold, adorned with major and minor marks, clad in the three dharma robes. He sits in Vajra posture. His right hand gracefully posed in the earth touching Buddha, and his left hand in the gesture of meditation, holding one arm full of nectar, like a mountain of gold, manifesting his chance in splendor, splendid beams of wisdom light across the whole expanse of space. The 8 colossal suns, 16 eaters, and the like are vast ocean like retinue of noble beings, encircle him all around. Simply think of him and the grand the glory of the highest bliss. Liberation from samsara and nirvana, the true experience. He is the great being, perfect embodiment, every source of refuge. With your great compassion, you embrace this turbulent and degenerate world, and made 500 mighty aspirations. You are as exalted as the white lotus. Whoever hears your name shall never return to samsara. Most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homage. all my own and others, virtue of body, speech, and mind, together with all our possessions, visualize like Samedabhada's offerings, clouds are offered to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout the beginningless time, each and every one I know confess with intense and heartfelt regret. In all the virtuous actions of the noble ones and the ordinary beings accumulated throughout the past, present, and future, I rejoice. Unaware of the perform and various Dharma teachings ceaselessly and in every direction. I pray your wisdom bodies like space and remains changeless throughout the past, present, and future. Yet in the perception of those to be guided, you go through the display of birth and death. Even so, let your form body continue always to effort. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, or accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future. For the sake of the benefiting all beings who are infinite as space, may you, the sovereign of Dharma, be forever blessed, and may all attain the state of the victorious one, the Lord of Dharma. Living beings like us, derived in this general age, have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness, caring for us with surpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world of the spiritual is your enlightening activity. You are our only refuge, incomparable strength. So from our hearts we pray with total confidence and faith. Do not neglect the great promise you made in times gone by, but hold us until we attain enlightenment with your compassion. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Ahara, Complete Perfect Buddha, Glorious Conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Ahara, Complete Perfect Buddha, Glorious Conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Lamai Dombai Yonde De De Ye Ye Bai Da Yombai Yanda Zobe Sanje Barajarwa Yaja Duba La Zan Zabo Judo Jabzen Jewo Diada Omene Mene Mam Diada Omene Mene Mam Mene Yazo Diada Omene Mene Mam Mene Yazo Diada Omene Mene Mam Mene Yazo Diada Omene Mene Mam Mene Diada Omene Mene Mam Mene Yazo 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 from the Buddha's body, the eminent gradings of multi-color rays of wisdom light, dispelling all our own and others' creations, and casting all the genuine quality of the Mahayana path to arising within us, so that we attain the level of perfection from which we will never return again to samsara. Go to the Dambala, page 91. Namo Lama Ben Yo In Chen Re Se Gong Jo Zon Lai Da Yan Yen Gan Yan Ma Ju Re Zem Je Nan San Je Do Ba Re Zem Je Do Ran Se Ma Ji Dong Be Ngan Nan Gai Sar Dong Re Be Ran Ye Aryan Zam Ba La Ga Sar Sa Ye Be Jong Dan Yong De Nor Jo Ne Len Bo ye ye jin je be ma da we den den de yang ro den de zhen je re yong bo de gan ro de ye ran ran san zhen jin dan ye je wo nan da yin re zhe jia wa zhe la rin ma da la ma o ji ya yo nang la ran ye me ba ye ja wo zar dong long de jin dan de do ga ra da we do zo ma jian zheng hong zhe jiang jiu zhen la de sem jie zhi jiang zhe so ge nge zhe gen de da de sen la nge zhe jiang be yu be ma zhe da ya zang ba re da ya hong be ma zhe da ya zang ba la re da ya hong be ma yo da ya zang ba la ri da ya be ma yo da ya zang ba la ri da ya Original gender sorry, so Archie practice. Please, Debbie, can you lead Archie?
Om Sobhava Shuddha. A white syllable Ri appears out of the state of emptiness. From the Ri, infinite light streams forth and makes offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The light then returns and dissolves back into the Ri. The Ri then transforms in white Achi Choki Droma, standing, tramples the 4 Mara demons beneath her 2 feet. She is dressed in a flowing brocade gown and adorned with various sorts of precious gems. Her right hand holds a silver mirror with which she looks into the 3 times of the past, present, and future, while with the left she brandishes the wish-fulfilling jewel that bestows upon supplication everything needed and desired. In her heart, upon the disk of a moon, is the white syllable Ri, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra.
Om Mama Trazuva Yarande Sarvande Ranza Ranzande Mamande Om Bezo Om Mama Trazuva Yarande Sarvan Ranza Ranzande Mamande Om Bezo Om Mama Trazuva Yarande Sarvan Ranza ranza mamande hong bezo om mama zada so yarande zarwan ranza mamande hong bezo om mama zada so yarande zarwan ranza mamande hong bezo thank you. Vajra family, we cannot hear.
What?
Vajra family doing this conscious, we cannot hear.
Louder, Vajra family.
Vajra family, when you do the corn blowing, that time unmute. Mute, right? No mute. Okay, so don't forget that mindful, and also length. You have Dhamma when we do the symbols. So mindful use everyone can hear. Thanks. Anyone have some drums, Dhamma bells, so you can use in unmute that time. Thanks.
Re, beautiful queen of space, Dharma lamp, your body takes an unwavering stance, mistress over demonic forces, giver of great bliss, intense delight, 1 face and 2 arms, your smile brings peace, in your right hand is a Dhamma robe, your left hand holds a gem in skull cup. You grand practitioners, all cities, robed in a gown of 5-colored silks, adorned with jewels and silken ribbons, on a blue water horse in the clouds, adorned turquoise halter, gold bridle, silken straps, stirrups, lapis lazuli, silk satin cushion, golden saddle, rides the laughing, glorious queen of space. Through compassion appears your retinue, surrounded by host of Dakinis, endowed with the four activities, guardian who protects the doctrine, perfect place, magnificent drink room. Accept this Torma and guard teachings. Please perform all activities now. Powerful lady who guards the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children, and you I pray. To you I offer, grant every wish. Powerful lady who guards the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children, and retinue I pray. To you I offer, grant every wish. Powerful lady who guards the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children, and retinue I pray. To you I offer, grant every wish. Arise, Vajra Yogini, upon the crown of my head. Jikten Sumkon Ratna Shri, abides Nirmana Kaya. Labam resides in my heart. Ramyam and calm emanate, purify all samayas, emanate Oma and Hong. Transform essence of offerings into their innate nature. Offerings for each Buddha clan fill the 3,000-fold world.
Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Nama Sarva Tadanga Denjo, Vijom Bege. Sarva de Ganga de Zavarana, Eman Gangana Gamso. Nama Sarva Tadanga Denjo, Vijom Bege. Sarva de Ganga de Zavarana, Eman Gangana Gamso. Nama Sarva Tadanga de Vijom Bege. Sarva de Ganga de Zavarana, Eman Gangana Gamso. Agarum Sarvadamana Adendebe Naduze Om Ahom Vesu Om Agarum Gan Sarvada Adendebe Naduze Om Ahom Vesu Om Agarum Gan Sarvada Adendebe
The accomplished primordial nature, secret mandala, unborn radiance. I invite the protectors to come. Dakinis perform activities. Guardians abide by their commitment. Manifest from the Dharma Dhatu. Mandala's primordial awareness. Call to come to this sacred place now, from the vast expanse of turquoise light, and from the troves of the azure gray. Elder sister Achi Namnaza, please come here and tame all of obstructors emanating from ultimate space. Goddesses empowered with wisdom, protect the teachings of the Buddhas, and with your red news of four powers, chanting the Dakini's melody, fast toast with your hands weaving mudras, bring forth a cloud of smoke offering. Please descend to the sacred site
Is there?
Was I muted?
Oh, good,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, page 11. Goddess, along with your retinue, please be joyfully seated on these thrones. I bring forth a cloud of offerings. I prostrate with body, speech, and mind. Listen in this place and supreme year, ours favorable for virtue, glorious Buddhas and their hearts, please extinguish suffering, accomplish all purposes, as I make smoke offerings, please disperse all obstacle, cleanse and purify impurity. Listen, clouds of sweet smelling smoke offering, medicines that dispel emotion, silk brocade and incense, aloe wood, fragrant sandalwood and cedar wood, juniper, rhododendron, birch and all, very sweet smelling ambrosial trees, flour, yogurt, milk, all food and drink, purifying offerings of teachers to the meditation yogini, leader of all dharma protectors. Dakini is a primordial awareness and commitment power. Dakini, goddesses who devour, snatch away, heart mother, razor of the life force, mother of enlightened activity, thousandfold host of red flesh eaters, mummos and dakinis, offering to auspicious queen with power of life, supreme crystal tresses of dim light, to four families of the five sisters, and 12 goddesses make offerings, patron deities of protectors, protectors of Kagyu lineage, and ocean of perfect guardians, protect the yogins with offerings, a veil of smoke cleanses samaya, purifying all vows, defilements, house from contact with all filthy things, as well as of all impurities, profound means attainment, washed in smoke, Please repair the breakage of all vows, pacify obstructive conditions, realize all our aims with the Dharma. Listen, lofty praise our protectors, glory Dharma, Savioress, outer inner substances, glory Dharma, Savioress, clouds of offerings infinite, glory Dharma, Savioress, songs of praise our devotion, glory Dharma, Savioress, meditative attention, glory Dharma, Savioress, high above the samsara, glory Dharma, Savioress, beyond brilliant sun and moon, glory Dharma, Savioress, filled with virtue, granting gem, glory Dharma, Savioress, vast as precious summer lakes, glory Dharma, Savioress, spread unfailing doctrine, glory Dharma, Savioress, protect aims of followers, glory Dharma, Savioress, never separate, stay with us, perfect power, blessings, wealth, power, blessing, all complete, power, fortune, manifest, oceans of prosperity, all you powerful protectors, precious teachings protected, increase precious offerings, include all practitioners, fill our homes with spiritual wealth, protect us from obstacles, dispel all the dangerous talk, may all highest aims be seen. By
Thank
the
you, everyone.
power.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, please. I thought I finished.
By the power of virtue, Dharma free of obstacles, gain level of Dakini, dry up cyclic existence, Gewa Diyitu.
Gewa Diye Nyordada Cheze Drupon Mi Jing Jan Andra Kisato Ne Korwe Jang So Gembar Yu. Okay, so now we go to the supplication to Tara. Supplication to Tara. Who's volunteer to read the supplication, Tara?
Ezra is here today, Kempo. She didn't get to read. And Bonnie, I don't know if there's someone else.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Ezra, please, yes.
In the unborn Dharmadhatu abides the Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. She bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I request her to protect me from all fears. Through not understanding oneself as Dharmakaya, one's mind is overpowered by the kleshas. Our mothers, sentient beings, wander in samsara. Please protect them, deity Mother. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. Some are deceived by dogma. Please protect them, perfect Mother. It is difficult to realize one's mind. Some realize but do not practice. Their minds wander to worldly activities. Please protect them, deity Mother of recollection. Non-dual wisdom is the self-born mind. No matter what they do, some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. Please protect them, deity of non-dual wisdom. Although some abide in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and effect. They are ignorant of the meaning of the objects of knowledge. Please protect them, omniscient deity mother. The nature of space is free from boundaries. Nothing is different from that. Still, practitioners and disciples don't realize this. Please protect them, perfect Buddha mother.
Thank you. So anyone, one more? Bunny, do you have the sadhana? Oh, Justin, you didn't read Justin.
Which sadhana, Khenpo?
It's this Tara, supplication to Tara, 62. First, Justin, can you read?
I probably do, but it's in the other room.
Yeah, it's you can prepare first, Justin.
I'm sorry, Khenpo, I'm looking for it.
Oh, you didn't have a sadhana? Actually, this Data Yoga Sadhana 62. Do you get? Bunny and Justin, either one who is go first. Not yet.
In the Deity Yoga Sadhana,
Yeah, page 62.
in the unborn Dharmadhatu abides the Reverend Mother, the deity Tara. She bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I request her to protect me from all fears. Through not understanding oneself as Dharmakaya, one's mind is overpowered by the clutches. Our mothers, sentient beings, wander in samsara. Please protect them, Deity Mother. If the meaning of Dharma is not born in one's heart, one just follows the words of conventional meaning. Some are deceived by dogma. Please protect them, Perfect Mother. It is difficult to realize one's mind. Some realize but do not practice. Their minds wander to worldly activities. Please protect them, Deity Mother of Recollection. Non-dual wisdom is the self-born mind. No matter what they do, some are bound by the habits of grasping as duality. Please protect them, deity of non-dual wisdom. Although some abide in the perfect meaning, they don't realize the interdependence of cause and effect. They are ignorant of the meaning of objects of knowledge. Please protect them, omniscient deity mother. The nature of space is free from boundaries. Nothing is different from that. Still, practitioners and disciples don't realize this. Please protect them, perfect Buddha mother.
Thank you. Bunny, you ready? It's, not ready, it's okay. So then I think everyone okay ready. This
Wait a second.
who's the phone is
Khenpo, Bali wants you to know that she doesn't have a mic, so she will do it quietly. And
okay, so then it's okay. So 3630, the phone call, who is that? Can you read? Maybe they're not there. Okay, anyway, we have to go to teaching. Do you remember which pages, the slideshow, the deity, sorry about this, Tara, supplication
Page
Tara.
251 on the PowerPoint. 251.
No, 275.
Really? Okay.
Checking body, samsara, and are engaging the body. I'll check for 1 minute.
No, I think it's slide number 252. So it's right around there
Oh,
and page 52 in the book.
whoa, I see. I don't know why it's all the way up there already. Next time somebody read my PowerPoint, maybe some special beings they're reading these books. Already go all the way up somewhere, long way.
My PowerPoint only goes up to 227.
227.
There's a new PowerPoint, Curtis, on the websites, the Garchin Meditation Center and Gardroma to download, and there'll be 558 slides on that one.
Thanks.
So, okay, this beings ma Kowar and Champe Semchin la page 252, right?
Right.
252, yeah. Okay, thank you. If who has the book, and then this book is 52, page 52. Okay, so Ma Kowar Champe Semchin la, the Tibetan. These beings wandering in samsara, who are my mothers? So then, these beings means all the mother sentient beings wandering in samsara. We are all stuck in samsara. They are used to all beings who are my mothers. So that's we're going to serve these all mothers, going to benefit for them with full realization of the true nature just as it is. So with full realization of the true nature just as it is, the Tara, absolute Tara is realized of the true nature just as it is. Just as it is means just that nature mind. So this is not really lot talking about any, that's it, nature mind, who realize that is the absolute truth, Tara. So no, this Tara going to benefit for all our mother sentient beings. Absolute Tara is appear to the form body relative truth Tara and come to benefit other sentient beings. So then who is the absolute Tara is with full realization of the true nature just as it is. And that is absolute truth Tara. If we recognize this true nature, then we also become Tara. Usually we talk about Yadam deity and we are inseparable, means one day we realize this true nature just as it is, we have become Tara, we have become Buddha. So no, right now, other sentient beings, we don't recognize this true nature. The Buddhas realize this true nature. So that's who realized that is the true nature is called Buddha. That is absolute truth, Buddha. So then this absolute truth, the Buddha, is appear to the form body relative truth, benefit who don't recognize this nature. Who don't recognize this nature, that is called samsaric sentient beings. So now we are in the samsaric beings because we didn't realize this nature, just as it is. So she appears, this is like supplication to Tara, the specifically we follow by Tara. She appears for the sake of others in a relative truth form body as illusory Mother Tara. See this, that absolute truth is appear to the form body. The form body is called the Sambodhana Kaya. That is relatively true to form body. And just read the with full realization of the true nature, just as it is called Dharmakaya. That is a Dharmakaya nature. So then Dharmakaya is effort to the for the sake of others in a relatively true to form body as illusory as Mother Tara. So Tara is effort to form body. We visualizing the Tara, usually the Tanka, painting. So that form is the form body is Sambhonakaya form body. But Tara can be manifestation Nimanakaya. So that means like different kind of beings, appear to in the samsara benefit others. But we cannot draw the Tanka for like that. So many these practitioner masters visions Tara appear to them, but not exactly the same as the Tanka, like we draw Tanka. Sometimes like some teachers perceive the perceive means like the have a vision of Tara is like sometimes they're like young girls or some ladies, like mostly it's effort to ladies form body, different kind of ladies, sometimes old ladies, sometimes young, different kind of effort to, and vision, like the sign of the accomplishment Tara. Some people practice the Tara that do and go to the retreat, the practice, then they have a sign of the Tara, the completion. The sign is like sometimes in the dream, they able to something. So that form is not always in the Tanka has like that. The kind of different kind of effort to form body. And one of the yogi is called Jamyang Chense. Is in Tibet like long time ago. And his biography, he said he practiced Tara, and then in the kind of vision of him is like one young girl bring him offering to like 108 flowers. So that representative, he alive like 108 years. So that kind, they have visions appear to this Tara form body, different kind of form bodies. But each this practitioner has different kind, Tara visions. We cannot write like Tanka and paint to create a statue. The reason is Tanka statue is all followed by the Buddha's teaching in the sutra, what Tantra Buddha mentioned about it. Then exactly you have to follow like that. So that's the reason green Tara, white Tara, we have painting is not someone just people created. That is the Buddha shared the teaching for his students. So like that is the form is like image. So they create like that way. That form is a Sambhonakaya form. And here we are calling order to her with longing. So we supplication to Tara. Why we supplication to Tara? Because you read the root text. What is happening here? These beings wandering in samsara, who are my mothers? We are all suffering, stuck in samsara. These samsaric, these beings are used to our mothers. So that's the reason we're calling the Tara, please help us, help for this rescue for all these beings. And here we are calling order to her with longing. It is like a poor family who does not know what they in the home in a precious wish-fulfilling gem. So actually, this all sentient beings is Buddha nature, Dharmakaya, but they don't recognize that's the reason suffering in samsara. This is an example like that. So some families are very poor and they don't know their home has like precious wish-fulfilling gem in the home, underneath in the home. So then they are suffering. The reason is because due to this poverty. So they continue to experience the uninterrupted suffering of poverty and destitution. Why there has this suffering of poverty and destitutions? Because they don't recognize what they have. Same thing, why these beings stuck in samsara, suffering? Because we all mother sentient beings don't recognize we have a Buddha nature. We don't recognize, we don't realize. That's the reason we are suffering, stuck in samsara. So now, what we have to do, we have to who realize this nature. That kind beings can help us. So Tara is already realized. Then we supplication to Tara. So the realizer beings appear to the form body and rescue, I think, is like helping for other beings, take care for other beings. Sentient beings have always abided as the very nature of a Buddha, but not recognizing this. We always have this nature, but we don't recognize this. When you have very strong anger, that time also you have a nature. You are very joyful, happy. That time also you have a nature. And you are deep sleeping. That time also you have the nature. You know, you are waking up. Whatever you do, activities, always your nature is there. Okay, if you are in the meditate, you have a nature. So it doesn't matter what kind you're doing, positive, negative, your nature is always there. The problem is we didn't recognize, not realizing this. They continue to circle around in samsara through the 12 lanes of the interdependence that lead to rebirth. So then the problem is, see, we don't recognize that Dharmakaya nature we have. Then due to this 12 lane interdependence, so that's take to continue to circle around in the samsara. So now we have to know what is this, the 12 lane of interdependence. Outer interdependence, inner interdependence. They have two different things. Outer interdependence is like, see, all the causes and conditions, everything has causes and conditions. The tree has causes and conditions, and flower has causes and conditions. This grass and whatever you see, outer object, all has causes and conditions. Then, of course, inner sentient beings, human beings, animals, all these beings has inner traveling of interdependence. So all this outer, inner is followed by, interdependence. Interdependence is like due to the causes of conditions, not independent arising. Everything arising interdependently. So inner sentient beings followed by these 12 lanes of interdependence that lead to rebirth. This morning, we talk about the meditations, and who has strong anger have to meditate compassion, and who has ignorance, strong ignorance, they have to meditate this 12 lane of interdependence, cultivate, meditate. And who has attachment, strong attachment, have to meditate dead body and impermanent cemeteries like that, So that kind of different method meditations. So this 12 lane of interdependent meditation is good for the who has strong ignorance, because we don't recognize this interdependence due to the ignorance. You recognize interdependence, then you are really wake up. So this, especially this traveling of interdependence, is antidote to our ignorance. We are reborn to samsara. The reason is this traveling interdependence. This interdependence means like not only one, so they have so much connections in there. That's the reason it's called interdependence. So then, which is the first? Actually, you really cannot point. This is a number one. This is a number two, because it's called circle around, means like circle around. Then which is like this is which is first? Like you cannot have the beginning there, no end beginnings. Like circle around means. But when we teach this one, when I share you the teaching, so we have to follow first, second, and the third. That is a teaching, have to follow like that way. Otherwise, we cannot follow, because it say, okay, this is a second. We cannot point one and end. So then who can teach you, right? So that's the reason when God's teaching, we have to say this is one, this is a two, this is a three. But actually, generally, and reality, this is a second, not beginning, no end. So then this troubling is the interdependence that lead to rebirth. So that the sentient beings take to the rebirth. This troubling of interdependence goes like 3 lifetimes. So you have to know these 3 lifetimes, not the 1 lifetime. This teaching, this troubling cyclic around is like 3 lifetimes. Some is previous life, some is in this life, some is a future life. So sometimes this they didn't talk about the traveling, but no, they talk about the traveling interdependent is short term and longer term. They have a couple of difference in the teaching talk about. But this is a 3 lifetimes. You have to know that. Not always like that. The traveling of interdependence. Generally, all teachings talk about this, followed by 3 lifetimes. But then also, Jigten Sumgun said, this traveling interdependence is like each section, like follow means when you go sleep and when you wake up, they all has this 12 lines deeds in there. When you morning until go sleep, they all has 12 lines deeds there. So like that, more subtle level, the 12 line of interdependence. Generally, the 12 line of interdependence. So they have a couple of different, like usually the teachers shares. And today we follow this is like 3 lifetimes. Not talking about like subtle level, the 12 line of interdependence. This is a more coarse, gross level, 12 line of interdependence. So you have to know, otherwise they're sometimes confused. Here I will summarize the 12 lines. The first line is ignorance. This is the basic motivating factor that propels one to take rebirth. So first is ignorance. And ignorance is the main point. The ignorance is see here is this is the explain the ignorance. What means ignorance? This is the basic motivating. factor that proper want to take rebirth. So the ignorance is like not realizing, not recognizing our natural mind. Then of course ignorance has like gross level, like subtle level, many different kind of ignorance. Actually, the main point is not knowing, especially not knowing this, nature, and not knowing reality. So this is the basic motivating factor that proper want to take rebirth. It refers to the ignorant grasping at a self where there is no self. So why we have self-grasping all the time arise? The reason is ignorance. Even self is not exist, but we don't recognize we have a strongly self and I and my. You really love to yourself, reality, self is not exist, but we don't recognize that. Why is we don't recognize? Because due to our this ignorance. Okay, it refers to the ignorance grasping at a self where there is no self. We don't recognize. We don't have self. Always we think I am exist. If when you free from this your ignorance, then you don't have a self. Until that, you think, oh, this is not make sense because it's I am exist. I am. We think always self is exist. Of course, we self is exist for us because the reason is we have ignorance. When ignorance and is gone, then this self also gone. So you have to know like that way. Sometimes people think, oh, self is exist. We are not ignorant because the self is ignorance. No, I mean the self is exist. So the ignoring maybe we say, oh, I don't have ignorance. Long as you have self, you have ignorance. Where the self is come from? Because due to ignorance, the not knowing reality. Reality, absolutely, self is not exist. Okay, so that's the reason here. Then it is linked to a blind person. So ignorance is the same as the blind person. This is the example. Who wants to travel on a safe and easy road, but it is unable to see where to go, and involuntarily falls down a precipice. I hope everything okay. Precipice.
Precipice.
So precipice. Thank you. Precipice. And this ignorance then same as become we are same as a blind person because we don't know that the right path. And so this example, blind person is ignorance. Then what problem is because this blind person cannot see the road. Then you cannot see the road, so involuntarily falls down a precipice. That means the suffering, then become in the suffering, stuck in the suffering. So ignorance, long as we have ignorance, then self is arise. Self is there. Then going to create a karma. So that's the reason Though we desire happiness, because of ignorance, we do not know how to accomplish the cause of happiness. We can see this all right now in all these worldly beings. Everyone wants happiness, but we don't know how to accomplish the causes of happiness. We always create causes of suffering due to our ignorance. See, all the beings want happiness. Who create this causes of suffering? Because these beings create. Who wanting happiness, that beings always create causes of suffering. And think about this, our human beings also, like human beings is the most intelligent people, and we always want happy, and then we harm for each other, create causes of suffering each other. So that is due to the ignorance. Where is this World War I, World War II, like this come from? It's human beings did that, or this World War I, World War II, or Cold Wars, so many this kind of like wars, fightings, big things, small things, like everything is who doing these things? Human beings doing, right? Then these human beings want suffering. No one wants suffering. Everyone wants happiness. Why then they're doing this create causes of suffering? Because due to ignorance. So no, these countries think about it. They wanted to protect their own country, but actually harming for their own country. Create these warpings. The warpings is like, see, actually create for protections, but no, it's killing each other. That is not protection each other, killing each other, right? See, that is called ignorance. What we wanting, then drawing things become opposite. So this thing about the small warpings, even small guns also create the protections, but then they're actually killing for others, harm for others. So like that, you know, they all the way go to like nuclear bombs. So they're going to harm for country more bigger than that. They're harm for whole world. So sometimes we talk about these pollutions and something like reduce the cars, gas in the road, something, you know, talk about like planting the tree, something. That's also good, but the more bigger problem is like this bombs. The bigger ones we don't recognize. The smaller one we usually talk about a lot because due to ignorance. See, in earthquake in Japan, so that earthquake, you know, hit to the, what is it called, the word, there's a nuclear bomb somewhere, and then see that's the you know, become get how to say this earthquake, that kind of like broken some necklace where they create. See, this all come to the oceans. Then there's so many the other beings die. So this is come to human beings. Human beings also get disease and get problem for the health. See, this all affecting everything. Who created this? Because human beings doing these things, right? So that is all ignorance. We have lots of ignorance. We don't usually recognize what we're doing. Human beings mostly creative beings in the world. of course, we can do good things like one lifetime can go to the Buddhahood, accomplishment, Buddhahood, one lifetime. Only human being has the capacity to do that. But who can destroy hold this world? Human being has the capacity to do that. Then think about how many people really going to enlightenment, thinking about that, working for that. Not many, right? Who going to destroy all this world, all country, all government, everything. Doing things or is destroying mother nature, also nature of mother or something, you know, all this nature is destroying. That's always like we human beings ignorance. We do not know how to accomplish the cause of happiness. So we accrue no virtuous karma. So thus creating uninterrupted suffering for ourselves in samsara. So that's the reason we accrue and then collecting non-virtuous karma. So thus creating uninterruptedly suffering for ourselves in samsara. That's the reason we are suffering in samsara. Whatever human beings does things is always causes of suffering. So some is directly causes of suffering, some is indirectly causes of suffering. Some just temporarily benefit, then long way is become causes of suffering. Long run is causes of suffering. So we have ignorance, we don't see the long, you know, we see only very short. We don't see tomorrow, we see only today. So we does everything for today, so then don't see the tomorrow. This is called the looking for temporary happiness, create the causes of suffering. Thus, second line is condition factors. So then second line is condition factors. Why it becomes second line is condition factors? Because due to ignorance, so we accrue no virtuous karma, thus creating uninterrupted suffering for ourselves in samsara. So that's the reason the second line is a condition factor. It's karma. This is the second is karma. Suffering to the karma that propels the consciousness into a future rebirth. So collecting the karma. This karma is like, you know, collecting like accrue no virtuous karma. So then that is called conditional factors. Suffering to the karma that then propels the consciousness into a future rebirth. This relates to all the positive and negative action accrued through the three avenues of body, speech, and mind. So we create the karma. The karma is come from the body, speech, and the mind. Then streaming from ignorance that cause beings to powerlessly circle in samsara. So then karma take to the circling in samsara sentient beings. Powerlessly means like we don't have our own power. The karma control already us. So that's the reason what we want, we don't have our own power. Actually, every sentient beings, all the sentient beings want happiness.
Kimpala, may I have a question, please?
Okay, who's?
Gail, a question
Yes.
about this? Yes. We're discussing this idea of the karma accruing. We're watching how to flatten a curve, how to not get this quantum field exponentially expanding. So is karma like that if we don't do anything? That it just accrues exponentially, like exponentially meaning infinitely. Otherwise, if we're very careful and mindful, and we flatten the curve, does our karma somehow reduce to manageable portions that we can get enlightened in one lifetime? Can you speak to that about the growth, how karma grows? Is there any
karma
parallel
grows.
in this COVID epidemic? Is there any parallel to the epidemic growth of a pandemic versus just a normal influenza or something? Is there something that we can relate to in this moment?
You mean it's related to the karma?
Yes, I'm just saying it does. If there's a quantum field in the universe that we're all interconnected into this, as scientists would say, we have a quantum field. In physics, that the universe has certain rules and there's quantum growth. Is something like this, can we talk about karma in this way? That's my question.
It's the scientifically, I think talking about and this karma is different because the scientific cannot perceive the karma. They don't really recognize karma. And karma is not the object of the scientific. And individually, you know, our own experience follow that. And this pandemic, how to say this disease, pandemic, right? Pandemic disease, or is of course there is like karma. It's just we read there, you know, the condition factors. So there, this has like we, as long as we have ignorance, we accrue no virtuous karma, thus creating uninterruptedly suffering for ourselves in samsara. So this is like actually generally giving all the answers already. Whatever samsara suffering, whatever situation arises, through everything is karma. Especially this kind of like disease is also karma. So now we do the prayer practice. Use this like during this time, you know, we chant this Panashavari and practicing Tara. So we have this karma ourselves because all these collective karmas we have ignorance. We already created this kind of karmas, but future we release that kind of karma. So good thing is like see, right now we focus for pray for who has, you know, the disease, right? We right now we in the world have a disease. So during this time we practice for focus for that and use that practice. We have a karma for, you know, get disease. They all release future karmas. And that is called something special method. And when we get something very difficult time, we do something, we release that karma ourselves, karma, future rebirth. We have that kind of karma we already create. Example, like couple, this disease before, you know, last year, I think something in December, in Australia has the fire, and so many, you know, animals and wire, these animals die. So if that time we do prayer, use that, you know, object, we practice, and we release that kind of karma. We have that kind of karma, but we release that kind of karma future we get stuck like that kind of situations. And so that's the reason when we get something difficult in the world, you use that and practice, we release that kind of karma, you know, because we have already that kind of karma. We release that but that is like not really scientifically can, you know, understand and recognize, because the karma is like it's not the object of I. So just, you know, comes like, how to say, the cannot really organize and like investigation object. Scientific is investigation. So we investigate the karma, is then you cannot really see anything, finding something. So I share one story long time ago in the communist country. I don't know which country, but it is in the communist country. So they wanted to believe the people that they're telling the people it's no God, no future life, and you know, that kind of, you know, they're telling for the people. So then this communist government invited 3 speakers. The 3 speakers also like scientific kind of like 3 speakers. And then first speaker is telecom, right? Telecom, who use the telecom low to the stars, and you know, and I think it's
Telescope.
telecom, right?
Telescope.
Telescope.
An astronomer.
Who
is
who use the telescope,
Yeah.
and they're talking about whatever which one is exist, you know, which is not exist. That kind of scientific, you know, scientist they invited. So he is a speaker, first speaker. He gives speech. There's so many audience, because this government wanted to believe, like, you know, these 3 speakers, what they want, that says people wanted to believe, follow the 3 speakers. Though this guy said, God is not exist. God, spirit, like other these beings, they not exist. The reason is I use telescope many years. I can see everything in the star, what they has. You know, I know everything. I can see everything. It's that reason the gods, the spirits is not exist. Then he's speaking that, and when he finishes, okay, so then second person is a doctor. So the doctor also scientist, you know, scientist, and like he is like kind of a you know, surgery. I think it's like surgery. He you know, cutting the people and fix, right? So he's also speak, and he says, what he says, mind is not exist, only brain. You know, mind is not exist. We have only brain. The reason is because he said he cut the body. He pounded the knife. He said, I cut hundreds dead body and many bodies that not exist. Mind is not exist. Then third person is someone who is the philosopher, Western philosopher reader. So this is she comes. She talk about you know, she talk about what she said, oh, future life, future, and other realms like hell realms, hungry gods realms, like gods realms. She said no exist, because the reason is, she said, I read so many different books. I read so many books, especially scientific books, and very famous books. That no one mentioned about these gods realms, jealousy gods realms, and hungry gods hell realms. So that is just people create, like actually, like if there's something exists in the scientific books, must have to have. So then after that, when finish that, then so the ask anyone has questions. Okay, so then one village farmer, uneducation woman come out. She said, I have a question. The first guy who talked about the telecurve, you know, she told him, when you use telecurves, do you see the wind? So he said, no, he didn't see the wind. Then she asked him, when it exists or not? He said, of course it exists. Then why you cannot see the wind is you use telescope? He don't have answer. Okay, he lost there. The second, the person is a doctor, right? Then she say, okay, I have question for the second guy. And do you cut the bodies? You say you don't see the mind. Mind is not exist. So do you love your mother? Do you love your wife, family? He said, yes, I love. Can you give me your knife? I cut your body. Where is love? You know, he lost. He don't not answer anything because he ran away. Maybe. Okay, see, love is not exist right there. Then third, the lady, they talk about this using the scientific this books and use like no exist in this future like other realms. So she asked her question, when you was in the mother's womb, do you recognize that time is in this world is exist right now like this? She said no. Then you don't see, then how you can say no exist? When you are in the mother's womb, that time this world is exist. You know. Then the third person also no answer. She lost too. So think about that. This all the very high level professionals go sometimes too much. They're lost.
Temple, someone else has a question too. Pam
Yes.
asks, when you speak of collective karma, what do you mean about releasing karma?
Releasing karma means?
Letting it go, I think. Like
let go of the karma.
Getting rid of it.
Collective karma, you know, all beings have a kind of a similar karma. That's the reason we born to in this world together, you know, collective karma, sharing. And see, I just talk about like you use like investigation ways, like you really we don't recognize. And collective karma, actually, we really don't recognize. The reason is because due to our ignorance. Sometimes human beings get some problems together. Then they say, where is the collective karma? This is a collective karma or not? They talk lots like that. We create individually, we always create collective karma. The collective karma is like individually how to create a collective karma, because we give always disasters for other beings. Disasters, natural disasters. Like example, 1,000 bucks the ants in under the stone. So you remove the stone, and this thousands ants get a natural disaster there. Maybe like 100 die there, right? So they get already disaster. So that kind we create karma all the time. So I create, you create, everyone created like that karma. Then everyone and reborn into the same beings together. And then comes karma, like that kind of karma is happening. So we already create karma, but the ripening or not is depending conditions. You know, you get in there get conditions together, then everyone get the same arise the karma. If we created the karma, we didn't get conditions, then karma is take to the future life. So we create like kind of like say that kind of natural disaster. Always we create already lots, you know, many lifetimes we create many different this kind of karma. Example, like that so many ants that you put water in the outside or boiling water or throw outside, they all is burned, become dry, and or you pee, also many small bugs inside die there too. See, that's all get natural disasters. We create that kind of karma all the time. But then somewhere has like earthquake, tsunamis, like that kind of time, you know, if we are there because that karma is happening, conditions already there. You know, we are not there means we still we have that karma, but conditions didn't come. So we just kept going the karma together. And that's the reason the before karma is arise, we can purify karma. That is the great thing, you know. We create our own karma, we can purify our own karma. That is the great thing. So then otherwise you're pointing one thing, oh, why is this karma? Why is this? So that means like we only thinking about one lifetime in this life only. So we reborn to samsara countless times. That time we create diversity, different kind of karmas. If karma is like the form body, kind of like the form, physical form, then we cannot get a ROM to put too much. Good thing karma is not physical form. If karma is physical form, one person's karma, then this United States whole land is like not enough. Space not enough. Okay. So then we have that kind of karma already carry with us together, but the karma is a good thing, is no physical form. And then good thing, we create our own karma, we can purify the karma. Before that karma is happening, we can purify it. And also, see, we do some accumulation merit. Even you have a karma, you don't get conditions. So, you know, like conditions like didn't come, so then you don't have to go through that. It's not enough accumulation merit, and so then conditions comes. And so that's the reason, you know, we do sometimes ritual things, prayers, helps like, you know, not arise conditions. And then also do the prayers, like purify that karma too. See, that helps like many different ways, prayers, practice. And one is like remove the conditions, that karma is not happening. And another way is like also purify that karma too. Okay, so that's the thing enough karma. So we accrue no virtuous karma lots. That's the reason the second line is the condition factors. This is always talk about karma. Condition factor means like so many comes together, collecting. Not only one like independent there. Referring to the karma that propels the consciousness into a future rebirth. So then the karma is karma imprint into the consciousness. Then that's the reason consciousness take the rebirth. So actually consciousness is like Buddha and pure, but this karma, you know, is that propels the consciousness into a future rebirth. that kind of like this karmic imprints the stuck in our mind, and then that take the rebirth again. So this relates to all the positive and the negative actions accrued through the three avenues of body, speech, and mind, stemming from ignorance. It comes from ignorance. The cause is ignorance. That cause brings to powerlessly secure in samsara. So we don't have a power because due to karma. Karma already control us. The analogy is of a potters which can spin all sides and shapes of a pot. So this is a long-term ancient example. We can make something, right now the new examples or something like this. This is ancient times. Say our potter means like person, right? Who made the cups and this pot. There has a ware which can spin all sides and shapes of a pot. Then there can the ware is like turning something. They can make small size, bigger size, different kind of shapes. So karma then create like diversity sentient beings. This size and different shapes, that is referring to the diversity sentient beings, different kind of sentient beings. So everyone is not same. So we finished that morning session. Do you have any questions? The finished truth, ignorance, and karma. The three examples are very good, right? These three speakers lost the answer.
I love that story, Kempo.
Yeah, I think it's great, you see. Thank you, everyone. So if you have questions, you can ask questions. So then we can take break. And I want
I have a question.
Okay, first I wanted to share with you. I'm going to forget this. So tomorrow you're going to get I think it's a new we're going to change password and change it to this Adi. So you're going to get new, please. Your email, send it to Maryland, Debe, and you have to receive a new one. And then also next week, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to share the teaching. This is not going to finish it, so we have to stop this one. And the next week, going to share this hearing liberation teachings, Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to send you this, who is joining this teaching, we're going to send that PowerPoint teaching. Not going to put the download on the website. So who has joined this teaching, they're going to receive it. That's the reason. So you have to recognize Debbie and the Maryland emails comes like who coming to here, and they only receive that PowerPoint. So we have to thank you to the Lanes, because he created this PowerPoint. It's not easy. He did a lot of hardship. So without this PowerPoint, I'm very hard to teach. That's why I request him to make the PowerPoint. So the book, the teaching the book is the letter is very small and very hard to read. And then I request him make PowerPoint. So he did lots of effort put that together. So thank you very much, Lanes. Are you there? He's there or no?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're doing that. So then see also this PowerPoint, also he created this PowerPoint Lanes. So thanks, Lanes. So we all
Thank you.
everyone. We thank you to you.
Thank you, Kempo.
And
Thank you.
yes,
Oh, I was just going to say, and Marilyn, one clarification with next weekend's teaching. So Marilyn just put the her email address in. So if you're going to attend the teaching next weekend, just go to that email address. She will send you that download and you can register through her for that weekend teaching.
So are we considered registered, or we need to send her an email?
No, you need to send her an email.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So whoever wants to attend next weekend's teaching, send the email to Marilyn, who just sent it in the chat, and then she will give you that download and you will be registered for that teaching.
All right, thank you.
But it will be the same sign-on and password that we are currently using. And I guess a question, Kempo, is it considered a commitment retreat? So people should attend both days, and if they cannot, can they watch the recording?
yes.
Or how does that work?
Have to do both. Yes.
Okay.
So if you pick up one part of the sections, like you don't get, this have to follow whole thing.
Okay.
And can they attain that through the recordings also, or no, they need to actually be in the
If it just
retreat?
you miss some part, you have to listening again. You can listening, but try to join whole thing.
Yeah.
If you can miss some sections, so then due to something happening, so then you have to listening.
And I'll share the recordings to anyone who registers. So, but you're not to share it elsewhere, but that way you can review it.
Yes. Yeah, that's also helps for when we die. Then also you recognize that someone died, or you can help for them.
And also we can give a donation as well when we register for the weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't forget that, Marilyn.
No. I don't know how to do it with Kempo sitting there, but yes, we're Donna. Thank you, Gail.
Okay. Gail is a vice president. Marilyn is a president in the Canada Dharma Center. So then, who is there from Canada there?
Bali,
Okay.
Michelle and Raul, Alita. I can't.
Okay. So anyone, then you have a question? Who has questions?
I had a question earlier, but I decided I didn't need to ask it.
Okay, save that.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't have. After thinking, I said, "Oh, I already know that answer."
Okay, that's
Anyway,
great too.
So thank you very much. I have a good connection with you. It's very
You're
timely.
welcome. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so then take lunch break. See you 3 o'clock. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Kempo.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kempo.
See you later.
Thank you, Kempo.
Bye.
Thanks, Kempo.